Hello grade 10s. Now that you've completed this chapter of your PAT, which is basically your floor plan, your elevation and your section view on your right hand side, we will look at your final drawing, which is your perspective drawing. Now the reason for the perspective drawing is to give you a 3D view of what this building looks like from an outside view. So what you need to do is to set up a page like this, which is part of your book, and you need to be able to construct the entire perspective drawing. In your activities you would have the 3 different lines, which is your picture plane, your horizon line, as well as your ground line. We need to set it up now, and I'm going to give you the different dimensions here to set it up, and then from there we will be able to draw this perspective drawing. So please pay carefully attention to what I'm going to state here. From the border down, I'm going to measure 90 millimeters. So my 9 is on there, and I'm going to mark a point there, and I'm going to draw my first line from border to border. I'm going to label that as PP, which is my picture plane. And then I'm going to go to the top of my title bar, and I'm going to measure 15 there, and I'm going to draw the line, and I'm going to label that as my ground line. Now just keep in mind, I'm going to mark it off. That is 90. From here it is going to be 15, and then on top of my ground line I'm going to measure 80 millimeters and draw another line, and that line will form my horizon line. From here to here it's going to be 80 millimeters. Now if I go back to my floor plan, I'm going to find that this drawing is actually too big to fit in there. So what I need to do is that I need to scale it down by half the size. So in other words, every side that I'm going to measure here will now be divided by 2. For example, if this side is 150 millimeters divided by 2, it will give me 750. That side is going to be 180 millimeters. That's going to give me 90. This side is going to be 50, which is going to be 25. That's 50, which is 25. And so I'm going to halve each dimension. And I only need the outside of that building to be presented in this space here. So what I'm going to do is just to label it here, but you don't need to do that. That was 75. This was 65. That was 90. This was 25 here, and that was 25. Don't do all of those dimensions. It's only there for you to be able to see. Then learners, should you have any windows in your walls here or doors, for example, this is my door that I have here. This distance here is going to be measured, and I'm going to halve that. This window is going to be measured, divided by 2. So what I have is the gap of 10 now becomes 5, and my window, which was 20, becomes 10. And I'm just literally going to mark it like that. Should I have any windows in here or doors in here, I should put that in. Or any windows or door or sliding door in here, I need to put that in as well. Measure the distance, divided by 2, and place that into this space that we see there. And then on this side here, you are going to create your stationary point, and that point has no specific height. You can decide where you want to stand looking at that, preferably in this space where I have it here. Any distance away. Above that you will create your vanishing point, and then you will be able to draw this drawing in here. You are not going to see the inside as it's covered by the ceiling that's part of the building. Watch carefully how the drawing unfolds to become a perspective 3D view.